Travis.
And we are late to the party.
And this is Better Late Than Never.
Better late than never.
And it is our second episode into, well, technically if you count the New Year's episode, but I would say this is the second episode of 2019, and it is New Year's, baby! Travis, what do you have in store for us in this baby-themed Better Late Than Never?
Babies.
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 Christmas babies.
Christmas babies.
No, not really.
Well, let's jump into it. I know you don't want us to talk babies. So
Babies Kids! Oh, we gotta do Babies Kids. I love Babies Kids.
This movie we're gonna look at today was released November 25th of 1987.
Okay.
Had a budget of $11 million.
Sure.
Made a box office of $297.8 million.
Profitable.
Very much so. Directed by Spock himself, Leonard Nimoy. This film won the 1988 People's Choice Award for Favorite Comedy Motion Picture.
3 Men and a Baby.
This movie was based on a 1980...
Wait, Dr. Spock or Mr. Spock? Keep going.
This is based on a 1985 French film called Tres Hommes et un Coffin.
That sounded more Spanish, but okay.
It's, you know, I live in Tucson. It's hard not to do.
It's ingrained.
This movie was produced by Touchstone, which is owned by the Walt Disney Company.
Sure.
And this was a huge success since it was the first production from this studio that grossed over $100 million.
So, $200 million.
Yeah.
Did very well for it.
So,
it doubled it.
Because of it, it spawned a sequel. And a few years ago, June of 2010, they talked about making a sequel to this the first two movies.
I'd be okay if they did a sequel because I really miss Steve Guttenberg.
Well,
Ted Danson's killing it right now. He's
it stars Ted Danson, Tom Selleck, and Steve Guttenberg.
3 Men and a Baby.
I feel like Steve Guttenberg's not a star anymore because, well...
The Stonecutters
don't exist anymore.
Okay, so...
Let's watch this 1987
Touchstone
classic.
Pictures presents
Classic.
Tom Selleck, Steve Guttenberg,
Mahoney
Ted
killing it.
Danson.
Dad!
Angela, you look different. What happened?
Oh, they look so young.
I'm dressed.
Incredibly eligible men hoping
I
to
always
meet
remember
some
the
incredibly perfect women.
Mural on the wall.
Right.
So little time.
Now, they're about to find that one girl who will sweep them off their feet.
That's a baby.
Of course it's a baby.
It's your baby. No, it's not my baby.
She's from
It's
Independence
Jack's
Day.
baby. The child doesn't look anything like me. I have more
Married to
hair.
Jeff
I want to see the way you three big guys handle this one.
I had to go to 3 different places, buy 4 different kinds of formula, 2 different kinds of diapers.
I love it.
Towel, nipple.
You do realize you did a doodle.
A doodle.
Doodle, yes, doodle. Never been able to work or to sleep. And there's people all over this place for days. I build 50-story skyscrapers. I assemble cities of the future. I can certainly put together a diaper. Will somebody please tell me what the hell is going on around here? Figure it out for yourself.
Are they always this strange? Yes. Since they got involved with another woman.
Touchstone Pictures presents 3 normally intelligent men and 1 little girl.
So, what do you want to do?
They're about to discover the only thing worse than raising her
Oh, no, please, not on the silk sheets.
is losing her.
We should be her family.
I love her.
Yeah.
Daddy, I don't care who you are. Your heart just melts. Can you drive a little faster, please?
Touchstone Pictures presents a comedy about 3 dedicated bachelors and the one
montage scene.
woman in the world they couldn't live without.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's
Classic right there.
I hate to leave you, but I really must say good night, sweetheart.
Using it as a trailer music, too.
3 men and a baby.
I think she did a doodle. Your turn to change her. I'll give you $1,000 if you'll do it.
3 Men and a Baby.
Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, the little babies. Okay, so 3 Men and a Baby. I remember hearing that we were going to get Sam Malone, Magnum P.I., and Mahoney all in a movie. Like, I was just super stoked for it. And it was, again, another well-done 80s feel-good comedy.
Yeah.
There were quite a few back then, really well done. And you just took 3 comedic spearheads at that time.
Yeah, I'd say definitely
and
stars.
put them together. Yeah, they were huge stars at that time.
Would you see it based on this trailer?
Maybe, yeah. Because you know these actors and you've seen them before, so they, like you said before, they were big for their time. I mean, this movie came out
87?
87, so it's kind of the height of Tom Selleck, you know,
Yeah.
Magnum PI, and then you have
Tom
Steve,
Selleck's always at his height.
Blue
That's
Bloods.
true. Yeah. And then you have Steve Guttenberg, and then they had Police Academy, and
course,
during that
yeah.
time too, and then of course Ted
Short
Danson
Circuit.
with Cheers. So
Right. Yes.
you got these three people, and the fact that you can get different people who like everything that they did and kind of bring them together to watch this movie. They're like, oh, well,
That's
Ted
the ticket
Danson's
right
in
there,
here, so
yeah.
I'll go see this.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, Tom Selleck's in this, so I'll go see it. Or Steve Guttenberg is in it, so I'll go see it.
You are getting multiple markets all
Yeah.
together into one movie.
And that's probably why it did so well, because you had a combination of all these people, plus people who overlapped between
of course.
all of them. So.
And you get to show their dramatic side as well, because you're getting that intimate level, the connection between the three of them and the baby, because it is heartbreaking. It's heartwarming, and seeing these guys become a fish out of water story, and basically they evolve, they change from who they were. As you saw in the beginning, it's parties and aimlessness when it comes to certain characters like Steve Guttenberg, and I just go and sleep with women across the board and do whatever I want with Ted Danson, and the career man Tom Selleck, and they all have to change to make, you know, their life
Adapt.
complete with the baby. Yeah. And there's quite a few other movies that are like that as well. Like, I really love Curly Sue. Even all the way up into the 90s, like Jungle to Jungle, you do get those,
Yeah.
like, kid thrust
Which
upon
was
them.
another French film it was based off of.
Oh, really?
Jungle to Jungle?
Jungle to Jungle.
Wow. Oui, oui.
But yeah,
Mimi Siku.
it's a good movie. And the second one, different, because now it's the little lady.
Three men and a little lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just different. It's that growing up. And I would love to
But
see...
it's a natural progression of
course.
what they go through.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, the sequel is supposed to be like Three Men and a Bride, which would still work today,
Yeah.
because if you think about it, she's early to mid 30s.
They could make her
It
any
would
age.
make
But
sense.
you could do that, or
20 something.
even three men and a grandchild, something
No,
like
see,
that.
I would make. I think that it would be a lot better progression if they did Three Men and a Bride.
I agree.
But at the
Father
same
of
time,
the Bride.
I was gonna say you run the risk of kind of taking
Which is
steps
okay.
from Father of the Bride.
But there's three of them.
That's
My
true.
three dads. I mean, it's a different spin
and then you
on
bring
them.
Mama Me in because she's got three dads.
Yeah.
It would be great to see
And they
it.
make it a musical.
There you go. No, I'm
Now
good
you
with
crossed the
no.
line there.
We're done with musicals.
I like this film a lot. I think it's fun. It's energetic, and that, like I said before, the mural. I always just remember the mural in their apartment. It was great.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of the urban legend?
Yeah,
of this movie?
I was gonna say
Yeah.
we can't get through the trailer reaction without talking about the dead kid in the window. The dead kid that is actually a standee from Ted Danson's characters, like a commercial he did or
right,
something.
because he's an actor in the film.
Of course.
The rumor is, if you don't know, is that there's a scene where he's in their apartment. In the background, you see a kid, and it's just like an outline of a smaller person
Looking through a window.
looking through the window. And the rumor goes that the kid used to live at that apartment, and he killed himself with a shotgun, and that's why the apartment was vacant, so they could film this. And that they caught him on camera, and it was spooky. Turns out, nope, it was just the stand-in that they were talking about, and it was filmed at an angle, so it looked like he was much shorter.
Ghost hunters over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a film that transcends thanks to that kind of pop culture
However,
stuff.
with that rumor,
I like
that
your-
even like I know. However,
Hangers.
with that rumor, I remember being in school and people were talking about that and how they wanted to watch the movie because of the rumor.
That's what happened,
Of it.
urban
So
legends.
then it started to build more momentum, like in the '90s too, because of that.
How many
Which
times?
is huge, because like it was me when I was in elementary school. People were talking about it, and then you in elementary school. So
Right.
I mean, we're three different, varying levels of age when it came to school.
Right.
So that it kept living on, even though that movie came out years before you were born and your classmates were
years.
born. 86 to 91. It's those are multiple years, my dear. But yes.
But you're
that-
making it sound like decades.
Jesus.
Well, technically decades does exist in that. But what did you guys think of this movie? Would you see it based upon this trailer? Have you seen it? Do you want to see a third one as well? Let us know.
Down in the comments below, you can also like and subscribe.
And do the thing on our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Stardust.
All the social networking gin joints, you know where they are. Full House. Full House was like 3 men and
I
a
love
baby,
Full
except 3 kids.
Oh, they
You know,
do
all the
sing,
different
too.
varying levels. So,
And they do the singing too to Michelle.
they sure do. So kick in the party, feel the party, keep the party going on our Patreon. Let's get. Yeah, I started thinking about the "You're a teddy bear, ba ba da. You can show me around my neck, na 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 na. Oh, let him be your
Well,
teddy bear."
thank you very much for following. You can follow us on our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, star us, and then you can kick into the party, fill into the party, help us keep the party going
She's
at our
just like-
Patreon.
Thank you so much, and it's
Now it's time to say goodbye.
We're just all.
bye.